And now Vlad's going to hit the nines. And he's going to put the rest of his chips in. Farid going to make this call.
Farid is going to have to catch an ace or a queen to win the pot. Otherwise, Vlad's going to double up.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Gains are 2,000. Lines are 6 and 12. Action on Vlad Darie from Romania, 26 years old.
Vlad won the WPTVN event just last month to get his seat in this tournament.
Well, he's raised to 25,000. Noah Schwartz out. Jonathan Jaffe, though, our chip leader, has a pretty solid ace-9 of clubs.
Jonathan, 29, been a pro for 11 years.
Makes the call.
Darren Elias goes out.
Farid not playing.
Must call.
Yeah, but the grinder, Michael Mizrachi, is going to play with the Jack-10, so we have three-way action
Must call.
in a raised pot on deal number 1. Here comes the flop. Jack-10-7. What a flop for the grinder. Out in front with the top 2 pair, but checks. Well, Vlad, who raised pre-flop, has a gut shot straight draw. He's also going to check. And Jonathan, with a gut shot straight draw, checks also.
Going to the turn. It's an 8. That's going to give Jonathan the straight.
Dream card for Jonathan Jaffe. And the grinder comes out betting 30,000.
Oh, yeah, he's going backwards right now. And Vlad, with his ace-queen, going to stick around and make the call.
And here comes the raise by Jonathan Jaffe to 75,000 with the straight.
He caught lucky. He's going to make them pay to get to the river.
Action's back on the grinder. Vince, he's looking around at the action clock. Brought to you by Protection Poker. Players have 30 seconds to act on their hand. Otherwise, it will be automatically folded.
Well, he called it after 12, and Vlad also going to give action. We are going to the river.
Well, the 6 of hearts comes off. So Jonathan Jaffe has the straight. It's the best hand. The grinder checks.
Vlad catching none of that checks as well. Let's see if a value bet comes here by Jonathan Jaffe. No.
Wow, he checks.
Top 2.
Can't believe he checked that. He's the chip leader and checked the straight. He just didn't want to get check raised for a stack. Even if someone had a 9, they might have check raising for a stack. He wouldn't have known what to do. Took the conservative road, opted to check. Jonathan Jaffe, our chip leader, taken down. Pot number 1.
Get it straight, you know?
Nah, I just thought it was ace-high. I gave up on a bluff.
That's like a bad beat for me. Check, 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 and I lose.
It was nuts. It was like a TV table slow roll.
You think I'm greedy? I'm just gonna bet once.
I know.
And we move on. Action's going to another Floridian, Noah Schwartz. Great player.
Noah, the only player in poker history that's won a WPT title and an Alpha 8 title, which is the $100,000 buy-in events.
Well, he's not going to play this now, Jonathan Jaffe.
I think you just wanted to see our hands. That's why you checked.
Yeah,
Well, he's got Kojak.
it's pretty sick.
He's got the chip lead, and he's got 30,000 in the pot as a raise.
Two-time WPT champion Darren Elias goes out. They're all folding. Around to Vlad from Romania. Also folding.
Pick one, grinder.
Jonathan going to take down the pot. He's 2 for 2 here tonight.
Pick another one.
Let's go back down to it. Jonathan Jaffe now first to act.
Well, he's also opened a wide chip lead. Vince has over 1.2 million in chips now. The second place guy has just over 500,000.
Well, with a queen jack, he's going to raise again to 35. Everybody folding.
He likes to go bigger on this one. He knows not to go smaller.
Defend too much.
The grinder now with a nothing hand, and Vlad.
How am I gonna play you post flop? I got one chance of this, baby. Let's take it down break.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Pick one of these, handsome.
That's a tight fold.
So Jonathan Jaffe batting 1,000.
I folded the suited connector. I'm gonna tell you guys what it was. Wow, dude, you give Robbie a break, now you give them a break. Not even 60K.
I love everyone, dude.
They just have a queen 9.
I just want to win the pot out there with it.
action on Darren Elias, a two-time WPT champion. He's got a queen nine. Won't play that. Fareed, who is 1 for 1 in WPT events, folds as well. Now look at this. Mizrachi picking up aces.
Yeah, Mizrachi, the most aggressive player at the table, going to raise it here with 2 aces. And he's hoping that somebody thinks he's stealing yet another pot.
Vlad goes out. Now with Schwartz with ace-6 of clubs.
Well, hard to lay this hand down against the grinder. But Noah does so. Wow, what a lay down by him. Grinder said, how do they know?
Grinder shows him.
It's a bad beat. I'd rather lose with them than win the blinds in any.
When you see that hand on TV, you're gonna be upset, kid.
He's got 2 World Series of Poker bracelets, of course, under his belt. 2 WPT titles. Made close to $5 million total prize money.
Well, Fareed Yashu, what a story this is. Guy played in his first ever tournament in his life when he played in the WPT Amsterdam event a couple months ago and won it to get his seat here. This is his second event, Vince, in his life.
Pretty incredible. All right, the grinder's raised with a king 4. People are folding. Jaffe not going to play a suited connector, and now Darren Elias with king 10 of hearts. He will play. So king 4 up against king 10.
Now flop comes ace, queen 3. Darren Elias with the gut shot straight draw is going to check.
18,000.
The grinder with a continuation bet here, even though he has the worst hand. Going to bet 18,000. But Darren Elias with his draw going to make the call.
To the displeasure of the grinder. Turn card is a 9.
Well, Darren checks. Will Grinder make a follow-up bet? Indeed he does. He fires a second shell here, 36,000. And that's going to get the job done. Vince, there's not many players on tour that steal more pots than the Grinder, I can tell you.
Big smile by the grinder.
Well, we all smile when Grinder's at a final table because it is entertaining and action galore.
And there's the grinder girls on the rail. Family and friends rooting the local on.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi in second place, 848,000.
Jonathan Jaffe out in front with 1.240 in chips. All right, back down to it. Michael the Grinder, this time with a little 6-5, a suited connector.
27,000.
Well, he's going for the hat trick, Vince. Going to raise yet again. His hand's getting progressively worse, but the bet's still going in the pot.
Vlad and Noah out. Now Jonathan Jaffe with a pretty decent ace-10.
I'm gonna change course a little bit.
He's going to change course. That means he's going to 3-bet it here to 80,000.
Darren gets out of the way. Fareed goes out.
That's the general rule should be, if you raise in consecutive pots numerous times in a row, your hand should be getting stronger. The grinders are getting weaker because eventually everybody thinks you're stealing. Grinder makes the call with the 5-6 though. And he flops bottom pair. Jonathan flops top pair. Grinder checks the 2 5s.
Everything going right for Jonathan tonight. Hits the aces, makes the continuation of 52.
Take me to lunch, bet. Call it like a feeler bet in the industry.
A feeler bet, no?
You'd think the Grinder's going to pick up the tab for lunch because he makes the call here. But he hits a 6 on the turn.
And 2 pair for the Grinder. That's why he makes those kind of calls, and he's going to check it. Jaffe is going to bet 127. Whoa, Grinder not going to check raise, just calling.
He's up against the chip leader, wants to be a little careful. Now a king comes off.
Check.
2 pair.
Good. Very good.
Goes check, check. Grinder turns up a 2 pair, and he's going to win this pot. And a nice pot it was, nearly 550,000 in that pot.
That's right, the locals go crazy for their boy, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. He is back, and we're coming back in just a moment.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope, it's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Always.
Yeah, Jaffe gonna make the raise of 30,000. Darren and Fareed out. Was Rocky out as well? Another quality hand going to waste, sort of. Well, Mike, congratulations on your new book, Life's a Gamble, Historic Poker Stories, and it's doing quite well, I hear.
Well, thank you, Vince. It is doing well, and hopefully all our viewers will get a copy. It's a fun, entertaining read.
Back to the felt.
Noah John.
Quick fold by Noah Schwartz. And Jonathan Jaffe. Darren out.
Over to Fareed. He looks down at ace queen. The man from Holland. Gonna raise this pot. Over to the grinder. He goes out.
Vlad on the very extreme short stack, making the call with a 10-9.
So the two Europeans going at it here.
Flop is an 8-6-4. Guess who's betting? Vlad, 35,000. Getting called by Fareed. And now Vlad's gonna hit the nines. And he's gonna put the rest of his chips in. Fareed gonna make this call.
Fareed is gonna have to catch an ace or a queen to win the pot. Otherwise, Vlad's gonna double up. Both of these guys won their WPT titles recently in Europe.
Let's see if Vlad's hand will hold up. And yes, a 7 of diamonds on the river. So Vlad doubling up.
Vlad makes the straight to take down the pot, but he's still the short stack at the table.
Yeah, he won the WPT title in Vienna, studied economics in college, dropped out for poker.
Vlad, the youngest player at the table at 26. We've got 3 guys in their 20s, 3 in their 30s at this final table.
And now the blinds are going up to 8 and 16,000. Jonathan Jaffe gonna quickly fold. Darren Elias going out. And Fareed, he's from Holland. He's a businessman. He's 36 years old. Queen 4 spades. Nope, won't play it.
The grinder looks down at ace-9.
Raise it.
Makes it 35,000 to go.
Vlad with an ace-10.
All in.
Well, he may be from Europe, but he knows how aggressive the grinder is and figures ace-10 most of the time is a better hand than what the grinder's raising with, so he's going to move in here.
I call.
The grinder's going to call him and not going to like what he sees.
Grinder has made the call.
Ace-10 versus ace-9.
Fold.
Vlad with an opportunity for back-to-back double-ups.
There's the grinder girls on the rail.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck. Wish both of you guys bad luck.
I hope there's a way we can win chips out of this.
Yeah, me too. Let's figure it out, but chop it up. I'm fine.
And the flop is an ace-3 deuce, so kickers will play. Vlad out in front with a 10 kicker.
We take a chop right now or no? You sure?
Dude wants to win.
All right, I asked you for it. Definitely won't get as many hands. And 9 of spades.
And the turn card is a 4 of diamonds.
4 diamond. What?
Grinder needs a 9 to win the pot.
That's a good card for you.
Let's take a look at the river card. It's a deuce of hearts. It's going to work out for Vlad.
The ace-10 is going to play. The kicker plays. Vlad doubles up yet again.
6 players remain at the WPT Tournament of Champions. Pretty exciting so far. Back down to the felt we go at the Monster Tournament of Champions. Quick fold by Darren Elias. Fareed also goes away. Now it's on the grinder.
Well, grinder, ever aggressive, going to raise it to 35,000 with the king deuce.
Into the Romanian Vlad, who has very solid ace-queen.
The Romanian devil.
All in.
Well, he's gone all in over the top.
Noah Goes out. Jaffe won't play.
And he just doubled up through the grinder the last hand, but grinder will not be able to make this call. He lays it down. So the Romanian on a roll, Vince.
Things are working out his way, playing good short stack poker.
He said playing poker for a living is a dream come true.
Me and Darren just came to watch. See you guys later. Looks like a 58K for watching. I mean, that ain't bad.
That's not even as much as your least expensive watch.
I'm not doing these shenanigans with you on television.
I love you.
There you see Jonathan Jaffe's girlfriend, Heather. You can see he drew out there.
Fareed from Holland looks down at a 10-6. Can't play that junk. And the grinder. 10 deuce folds. Around to the man of the moment, Vlad. And this time, King 9.
And he's got some pep in his step after taking down the last 3 pots in a row.
He has raised, but Jonathan Jaffe behind him with a pair of 9s.
I've lost track with all the wins.
440.
Is that right? 440. 98.
And he is going to 3-bet it to 98,000 with the 2 9s. Darren out.
Back on Vlad.
Well, taking his time now, Vince. When you get 3-bet by the chip leader and you're staring down a King 9 offsuit, seems like an easy getaway to me. But Vlad taking his time. In fact, he's throwing out a time button here. That's a 30-second extension to think more about what you want to do. All the players start with 4 time buttons. Well, he's getting inside 10 seconds on his time button. And look at this, Vince, he throws in another time button. Now players start with 4. He's used 2 in this hand. But the more time he takes, the more Jonathan Jaffe is going to think his 2 9s are good for sure.
All in.
Insta call though by Jonathan.
Jonathan read him perfectly here, in my opinion, because he took so long, figured he wasn't that strong. Had he moved all in over the top immediately, Jonathan would have had a tough decision, I think. But as it is, he's made the call. He's the dominating favorite. This could be the end of the Romanian.
And the flop is a King 8-4.
Wow.
Vlad has outflopped Jonathan.
What a brutal flop for Jonathan Jaffe. He went from a dominating favorite to now needs a 1 out to win the pot. That is brutal.
Going to the turn. It's a 10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds.
Vlad in dire straits. Now could be the chip leader if his hand holds up. It does. And that's for the 3rd time at this final table. Vlad has doubled up. It's just been incredible.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
6 players remain. Vlad Darie is now the new chip leader.
He was all in 3 times at this final table, double up all 3 times. Here he is, our leader.
He was on the short stack and now he's the king at the table.
45 minutes left.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Let's take a look at his cards. Strong queen, jack of clubs.
He's under the gun, but he's going to raise it. But right behind him is nemesis. Vlad Darie picks up 2 kings and just calls.
Folding around him, Darren Elias not going to play his 9-8 of hearts. Fareed gets out of the way.
It's another battle between the 2 chip leaders, but The grinder has no idea how strong Vlad is right now because he didn't raise pre-flop. And there is a king on the flop, giving Vlad 3 kings. If grinder continues to bet on this hand, it could spell doom for him.
He is betting 41,000 with an inside straight draw. That's about it. Vlad with a big moment, 3 of a kind.
Makes the call here for 41,000, just trying to reel the grinder in.
Oh no, it's a 10.
The dream card for the grinder, the nut straight for him. Wow.
What a card. He is gonna check it.
Now he has to bet here, Vince. 2 diamonds, 3 card straight on the board, bet 78,000. Well, grinder glances up at the action clock. Now he's going to be inside the 10-second barrier. Now remember, he has to act within 10 seconds. And now throwing out a time button, an extension. Acts like he's confused, doesn't know what to do. Vince, do we give out Academy Awards here on the World Poker Tour? Looking back up at the action clock. This is incredible.
He threw in his second one.
Vince using up his time buttons early at this final table.
Love the drama here.
Raise.
Well, now he's announced his raise. Now, if you take a couple time buttons and then raise, doesn't your opponent get suspicious?
You have 5 back.
They're about the same close. I think you might have a little bit more.
I mean, if he makes a snap raise, it's one thing, but when he stalls for a couple time buttons and then raises, well, the 3 kings certainly going nowhere. He makes the call for 250,000, and we are going to the river between the 2 chip leaders and a huge pot.
Will Vlad get lucky on the river? No, it's a 7 of diamonds.
All in.
The grinder with a quick all in.
He's made the call.
No, he's taking time.
Don't get me excited over there.
Excuse me. Fool us. We see things going in the pot, we think it's a call. I know he's kicking himself for not raising earlier in this pot somewhere, because now he's faced with a very tough decision as to what to do. Can he possibly get away from 3 kings against the grinder here?
Go away. This one's not good for you.
Grinder using reverse psychology to the max. Would be a brilliant laydown. It's down to 10.
He better hope it runs out.
3, 2, 1.
That's it.
It ran out.
His hand is dead.
On the show bluff.
Unreal. Vlad shows the 3 kings.
Just show the bluff.
And Grinder can't believe it that he didn't get all the guy's chips. Well, as Phil Hellmuth likes to say, Vince, you can never become a great player unless you can make a big laydown. Well, I'll tell you one thing, folks. Vlad made a big laydown there.